host of the Know Your Worth Career podcast. I'm trying to get myself all centered together right here. And we talk about things that pertain to women understanding the value and the worth that they bring in the workplace as it relates to having the kind of opportunities that they desire in terms of advancement in their careers, in terms of having different kinds of opportunities and all the things that we want in our careers to make it what we call a good, satisfying career. Okay. So let's jump right to it. Like and share this video, tag a friend, a coworker, a family member, somebody that you know who is miserable in their job right now, and they might be able to benefit from the information that I'm about to share in terms of how you can use job crafting to create more satisfaction in your career. So let's jump right into it. And first of all, let's start off talking about what the heck is job crafting. So job crafting, the premise of it is that every job has some degree of flexibility. And we can use that flexibility to make the job or craft the job in such a way that it fits our skills and our preferences, and it aligns with our strengths, or better aligns with our strengths. And so why is my video? Hold on a second, my video just stopped. That is not good. Okay, let's try it again. So at any rate, okay, pardon the interruption. Technical difficulties on the set. Let's try to get Instagram back going here because it is acting ugly. Okay. Instagram doesn't want to broadcast for me tonight. Okay, I'm back live. Sorry for the interruption. Instagram decided it wanted to fade out, so we have it back on. But anyway, as I was saying, job crafting is about changing your job so that it fits better with your skills, with your personality. Well, not your personality, but with your personality, with your skills, with your preferences for the things that you get to do on the job. And it applies to every job to some degree. And it's about redesigning your job in such a way that it is personally meaningful to you. So that's the whole thought behind job crafting and what it's all about. So some of the benefits of job crafting would be you get to play up your strengths. You get to do activities and tasks that highlight what your strengths are. So you get to work on your strengths, and that's what we all want to be able to do in our careers. It leads to increased satisfaction. It leads to increased performance. And I've been talking about, like, you want to find work that energizes you. It helps you to be more energized by your work. It helps you to be more enthusiastic about your work. It helps you to create more meaning in your work. So job crafting is a powerful tool that has some great benefits for individuals who are looking to figure out how they can have more fulfillment, more happiness, more meaning, more satisfaction in their careers. Okay. And we should all try to do work that's in our strengths, do work that we're interested in as much as possible, because that helps to contribute to the satisfaction that you experience in your job. So I have certainly done this throughout my career in the jobs that I do, and you probably have too to some degree. You might not have even known that this is what you're doing, but now we're going to talk about it so you can do it consciously. You can consciously think about the things in the areas of your job, the components of your job that you can change to better suit you as the person who's occupying that particular position. So, and the people on my team. So, and I am all for it because I've done it. It has worked for me. It has helped me to create more satisfaction, more enthusiasm for the work that I do. And so I know the benefit of it, and I would allow the individuals on my team to be able to do that too. If they come to me, most of the time they've already started doing the thing and they just doing it for themselves. Sometimes it's something that could benefit the other people on the team, and they'll bring it to me and say, hey, you know, I have this idea. I've been doing this and it has worked this way. What if we roll this out on a larger scale? Or somebody has seen what they've done and the results that it's produced, and they like it and they ask to, you know, have it or share it or whatever. And so it kind of spreads around. But those are ways that you can utilize your specific knowledge, skills, abilities, talent, skills, strengths, whatever, gifts, and utilize them in your work so that you create more meaning and satisfaction from it. You want to make sure, of course, now when you hire for a job, they had a specific thing or goal that they wanted you to accomplish. So we can't just say, I'm going to change my job because I don't like what you hired me to do. You can't do that. The way we do it on my team is we have different specializations or special projects that individuals get to work on. There's a core set of duties that everybody has to be able to complete, but then everybody gets to choose some little side things that they really enjoy doing so that they can have something that is really fulfilling to them in their work. For me, over the years, it's always been budget because I have a knack for numbers and money and budgeting and that kind of thing, and thinking and planning and all of that skill set. Even though I thought when I started my career that's the one thing I didn't want to do, and it turns out that's the thing that I enjoyed the most about my job over the years until recently. So at any rate, so being able to do something like that that's adding something extra to a job, but and that's one way to do it. That's the way we do it. That's not the only way that it can be done. It can also be done by just incorporating small little changes within the job that you already do and not adding anything necessarily that's extra. It'll be extra in some sense, but not extra like this is a whole extra project that I'm taking on. And so, you know, that's a way that you can do it. That's a way that we do it, but there's all kinds of ways to do it. The thing is that you should try to do it. It's a good way to be able to create a specialty for yourself. It's a good way to be able to stand out from everybody else who's doing the same thing that you do or you've been hired to do, and to create the possibility for some visibility and some advancement opportunities, because I just talked about you when you're doing something and people notice, you become the person who has the model for how it's done if it works well. So that's a good feather under your hat when it comes to, you know, looking for other opportunities for advancement, or maybe you just want to try something different. I don't know. Anyway, just keep that in mind moving forward. So there's there's many ways that you can approach this. I'm going to tell you about 3 ways that you can do it that I actually like. There's many ways to do it. I don't like all of them. So I like this one. And it is, first of all, looking at 3 different areas that you can consider how you can tweak. So the first one is your task that you have been hired to do. You can look at those and say, you know, what can I increase, like doing more of the task, or decrease because you're not that good at it, so you tend to do the thing that you're strongest at, or adjusting like the time that you spend on it. On a particular task, you can spend more time working on and creating spreadsheets versus working with customers if you're an introverted person, because that would be, something that would make you happier when you don't have to talk to people and you can work on a discrete thing and see the end result and hopefully be able to share it and other people can get some benefit from it. So that's a way that you can do it. And you just kind of tweak your tasks based on your skills and your strengths and your interests, the things that actually interest you. So you can have someone who, and I'm just going to give you some examples of the way that it's been done with my team. And so we have someone who is really good with systems. And so that person just kind of came on board and created these databases and spreadsheets and different things that we could use to become better organized. Now, the premise of the work is the same for everybody, but this person has a special knack for analyzing things and creating systems and processes and so forth. And so they've modified their tasks to include those things, and those are the things that they really, really enjoy, and they really are good at it, and it helps the team in general. So the other thing that you can look at is relational. So if you have people who really like working with other people, who like establishing relationships and, reaching across the room and collaborating with others and working together in teams, because some people really enjoy that, then that's a way that you can do it. It's called relational. So you can look at it from relational job crafting. So how can you create relationships? How can you create connections? Maybe it's with somebody on another team. Maybe it's with somebody in another department. Maybe it's with somebody in another agency. So that's a way that you can create, I'm calling it a specialty, but it's really just crafting your job so that you are getting to do something that actually is meaningful for you, and that it brings in a bit more of enjoyment and satisfaction to your work. And then the third thing that you can do is it's cognitive crafting. And so it's really about changing your perceptions about what things, the meaning behind the things that you do. That's the premise of it. You're changing your perception about what the responsibility is. So you're saying, you have a job as a certain thing, but here you go. You might be an administrative assistant, but instead of just thinking about the administrative tasks that you have to complete as part of your job, you think a little bit broader, and you might call yourself the chief happiness officer, because in addition to doing those things that you have to get done, you have to make sure that your executive is happy, you have to make sure that the customers and clients are happy, you have to make sure that the staff is happy. So it's just really about reimagining how you see that role and how you see those responsibilities, and how you see how you contribute, how you reimagine how you can contribute. That's what the cognitive piece is about. And so there's 3 very simple things, very simple ways that you can look at your job and figure out how you can begin to craft it in such a way that it creates more fulfillment and more satisfaction for you. And you don't need to go and talk to your supervisor about it up front necessarily. You just want to make sure you're getting your core activities done. It's not taking away time from that. But just to think outside the box. Now, what else can I do? How else can I make an impact? How else can I increase my performance or do a good job or get some notice if you're trying to get promoted, get some visibility and create, my own little special thing. And that's what it's really intended to all be about. So you want to identify that interest that you have, and then look at those 3 ways of crafting jobs and see how you can bring more of what you like and want and desire into the job that you have, so that you might not necessarily need to leave your job to have more satisfaction. You might be able to create it right in the position that you are in just by thinking about that role a little bit differently. So that my friend, is what I have to share with you tonight about creating more job satisfaction through this process called job crafting. And before I leave, I want to give you an opportunity to grab my free gift. It is the Everything You Need to Know to Switch Careers in case you really do want to switch careers. I just posted a link in Periscope and Facebook. All my different pages there so that you can get your free copy. You have to, of course, opt in. Make sure you confirm your email. They deliver it. ManyChat delivers it to your inbox, and you get the guide to help you to look at all the different areas that really matter when it comes to being able to switch your careers so that you can do it successfully and you don't have to wait 5, 10, 20 years from now. You can start to get working on that process right now. That, my dear, second time, is what I have to share with you guys today. I hope you have gotten some value out of this teaching. And let me know if you decide you want to figure out, take some time and figure out how to recraft your job and how that works for you. I'd be interested to hear it. That's all I have. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Now we can let Instagram die because they wanted to die on me earlier. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.